Sorry, I'm a little late. Nature was calling and I had to answer. So, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, those in between or neither. I'm your host, and today 4.5 has officially dropped, which means we have some new characters to try out. For the 5 stars, we've got Chiori and Arataki Ito, and for 4 stars, we have Goro, Yunjin, and Dori. We're going to start with our 5 stars, because that's kind of what we do here. Starting with Chiori. Now, going into this, I am very happy to see that Yunjin and Goro are here, because those are 2 supports that I really, really want. Chiori, from what I've seen, is a Geo Kaching, which... cool? Do I need it? No. And then Ito is another Geo Claymore user. I don't need another Geo Claymore user. I've already got Navia. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. So once we're done with our test trial, I'm going to throw a 10 pull at Chiori's banner, hoping for either Goro or Yunjin. And if we get Chiori, which if a 5-star drops, it will be Chiori, then we get Chiori. But, before we get into all of that, let's see what these characters are actually packing. At least in terms of test trial. So we've got Chiori. And her doll is actually very, very cute. I love it. With her signature weapon, Araku Mitsugi, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Japanese, which is actually a very, very good sword. You could arguably stick this on Obeido as well, considering normal attack damage is increased by 16% and skill damage is increased by 24%. After a nearby active character deals Geo damage, the aforementioned effects increase by 100% for 15 seconds. Additionally, the wielder's defense is increased by 20%. Very good, or at least interesting, and it makes sense. For artifacts, full set of Golden Troop. Honestly, I would do the same thing. So, in other words, Chiori's skill damage is increased by an additional 20%, and her damage gets even higher by another 25%, and she doesn't have to be on field to get that extra bonus. So, it's gonna be pretty cool. And then alongside her, we've got Ningguang with a full set of Archaic Petra, and the Widsith. Honestly, it's probably one of the better catalysts to pull in the game, so, And then Zhongling and Benny, which you guys have already seen before. I don't know where to start with this team, so I think we're going to start with Benny, just to get things rolling, and then we'll see how Chiori functions. And then we're going to drop some more Pyro with Guoba and Zhongling. And we're going to bring out Chiori. Wow, her dolls. Wait, where'd Chiori go? Oh. Wow. Okay. I do appreciate that Chiori's combat style is just... she's dual wielding, and she's doing a beautiful job of it. Okay, so the Ruin Guard, that's gonna be We're gonna boost things even higher. Oh! Either way, Chiori did most of the work. And she did a very good job with it, too. Alright, so that's an extra 20 Primo Gems, some Spectral Husks, and some Dendrobloom, which is from Inazuma. Now, on the topic of Chiori, I don't know if she would be considered an Inazuma character or a Fontaine character. And yes, it matters, because Hoyo actually dropped a new banner, which I will show you guys. But effectively, for the next for the duration of this banner set, there is actually a third banner that you can pull on for Mondstadt exclusive characters and weapons. So, yeah, that kind of begs the question, where does Chiori fall? Because I don't think Genshin explains dual citizenship that well. But anyway, back on target, our next character will be Mr. Arataki Numero Uno Ito. I do enjoy Ito's character. I kind of wish there was more. It's simply a case of dumb himbo with a heart of gold. That is just a lovely character. I wish Hoyo would do at least another one. At some point. Or at least somebody that could actually, like, be on the same level as Ito. Also, his skill is just Ushi, and it's amazing. So, we've got some similar players in Ningguang and Benny, but we also have a Goro here, and I'll explain why in a minute. Starting with Mr. Ito himself, we've got his signature weapon, the Red Horn Stone Thresher. If you don't have Ito, but you have his weapon, and you're not sure what to do with it, put Red Horn on Noelle. And the reason why is because defense is increased by 28%. Also, normal and charged attack damage is increased by 40% of your character's defense. And as I've said earlier before, the higher Noelle's defense is, the more damage she does. So, yeah, if you want to... This is probably going to be a straight defense build for Ito, and considering that is also Husk, which increases his defense even higher, that is great. We've already seen Ningguang, so I will get to show off Goro a little bit. In the Favonius Warbow and a full set of Husk, which is kind of what I'm doing with him, actually. I've got Goro on a full set of Husk, but I've got him on the Sacrificial Bow. So it allows him to do his little skill twice, which you will see in a moment. And then, of course, we've got Benny, but I've already shown you guys Benny multiple times, so I'm not particularly worried about that. Alright, let's get to our trial. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to... Hey. So, Goro's skill allows you to set up a field. And in that field... Come on, Ushi. Let's do this. It depends on how many Geo characters you actually have in the party, but Goro is just an amazing Geo buffer. Also, we're going to be checking Ushi out. Manage. Set up the Jade screen. And throw Ushi out. Swing with the Oni Bat. Ushi gets tossed again. Sorry sorry if I'm not being very talkative. Just trying to make sure that I don't go off the edge. And make sure that I finish the trial. There you are, Onibat. And come on, Ushi. There we go. So, the reason that Goro is kind of paired with Itto is because Goro has, well, his skill. If there's only one Geo member in the party, you get, I think it's an attack buff. I will actually show you guys, because the next character we're doing is Goro. So it kind of makes sense if I just kind of show you guys. But with Goro as the Geo buffer, if you pair him with a character like Zhongli, so it's Zhongli, Goro, and Itto, you can turn Itto into a powerhouse. And I've kind of done that with Navia. If you've seen my streams where I go into more of the story quests, when I got Navia, that was the first kind of team that I built, and I'm very, very happy with it. So, let me get into this. Aha! So it's basically downgraded to a 4-star team. Cool. We've got Benny, we've got Ningguang, and we've got Noelle. So before I get too far, let me show you guys his skill. So the General's Warm Banner will provide up to 3 buffs, and it kind of determines, well, it's determined by how many Geo characters you have in your party. If you have 1 Geo character, including Goro, it'll add a defense bonus. If you have 2 Geo characters, including Goro, it adds interruption resistance, which is amazing. And then if you have 3, again, including Goro, you get a Geo damage bonus. So, Goro's kind of the buffer for either Mono Geo or almost Mono Geo teams. And then we've got Ningguang, who is, I don't know why she's here. I think she's kind of supposed to be a damage dealer, but personally I think she's a little too slow. And then we've got Noelle with White Blind and Husk of Opulent Dreams. This is going to be a fun one. Starting up with Benny again, because I don't really have to worry about crystallized reactions. But Benny's just kind of here to serve as energy and supporter, which, props to him. If we do a little swing, yeah, Noelle's shield's going to be fine. This might be a little bit slower because I screwed up the rotation. Yeah, realistically, you're not. It's supposed to be Benny, Goro, Ningguang, and then Noelle as the driver, I think. But this works out just fine. Adventure time. So, and then we do Goro. And then we bring in the big blade. Because we really don't need Ningguang to be here. She can just sit back trying to make as much more as she can. Just so that way everybody gets some screen time. But we did it! It's cool! Now, the other buffer that you will often see on Mono Geo teams is Yunjin. Because basically her job is to buff normal and charged attack. And considering that Geo doesn't really react with anything outside of Crystallize, normal and charged attacks are kind of how you're dealing damage. Yunjin is a very underrated character in my opinion. Again, she's often paired with Itto And then normally it's Yoimiya. I actually have a plan to pair her with Kazuha at some point if I actually end up pulling Kazuha in the second half of the banners, which is why I'm only throwing one 10 pull today. So we're actually going to start off with Goro, because I don't think I need to show Oz again. But drop that, go into this, drop Oz. Use Yunjin as the buff. Oh geez, I screwed that up. Okay. No. Okay, so what we're gonna do is drop Nightwing. And then we're gonna go into Yunjin. And then we're gonna go into Noelle. Because if you notice, Noelle's damage has gone up. Which is what we like to see. And drop the big blade. That. Pop the big blade, and there we go. Enemy defeated. Lovely. And now we get to our last support, which I honestly don't really know what to do with her. Dori. I feel like Dori's just kind of here. And Hoyo did the, we need somebody to fill out their roster, let's just throw Dori there. Which, that could very well be the case. I'm sure somebody's found a way to make Dori work. I'm certainly not that person. Alright, so let's see what we've got. We've got what appears to be a Quicken, Aggravate, and Overload Burning type of squad. So, with Dori, we've got her wielding the Sacrificial Greatsword so she can summon her Genie Lamp twice. And full set of Noblast. Okay, so you're the Noblast user of this roster. Cool. Xianling, which we've seen before. 2-piece Noblast, 2-piece Crimson. With Dragon's Bane. Makes sense. Lisa. The Wood Sith. And full set of Thundering. I believe that's what Trial Lisa just kind of is. And then we have Kale. We have the Nugget on a full set of Deepwood and the Stringless. Okay. This is gonna be fun. And I think we're gonna start off with Kale so that way we can get that nice Dendra application with her Boomerang, which I just kind of wasted because I hit the wrong key. Oops. I'm just gonna wait until her Boomerang comes back before we start. And then drop into Lisa. Wow. This could be a decent Hyper Balloon. And Colin, help! And just so Dori gets some attention. And the Genie. Whoa! Yeah, she kind of got blasted around the map, but that's fine. Don't fall off. Okay, we completed the challenge. Cool. Very nice. That was the last trial, so all I have to do is collect this and then we can exit. And yes, I do realize that this is a bit on the shorter side. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a shorter stream happening. So, thoughts on the banners, which I will do that once we get to the wish screen, which might take a little bit because things are loading. But I do have some thoughts. Okay. So, I got something off the battle pass, which I'm not sure what I got, but I got something, so hang on. Oh! Cool! I'm a little bit closer. Nice. And considering that the battle pass just dropped, I'm happy at where I'm at. So, thoughts on the banners. If you don't have a dedicated geo damage dealing character, Chiori or Ito are excellent options. Now, however, there's a little bit of a caveat. If you get Chiori or Ito and you're like, I don't know which supports to do, Goro is probably going to be your best option regardless. Considering it's Goro's job to buff Geo characters. That's kind of what he does. So, the teams in question aren't exactly free-to-play friendly. So, there's also a third option. The Chronicled Wish. Now, I don't want to change my path, and I kind of wish they would just allow you to, kind of show characters. So, if you're one of those players that it's like, I don't want Chiori, I don't want Ito, I don't care about their weapons, we have the Ode to Dawn Breeze Chronicled Wish. As you can probably see down here, the 5-star options for characters starting are Eula, Mona, Albedo, which is another character that is typically used on a mono Geo team, or a almost mono Geo team, Klee, Diluc, Jean, and then we've got a bunch of 5-star weapons, like Skyward Pride, Favonius Agula, the Beacon of Red Reeds, that's not how you pronounce it, Wolf's Gravestone, as seen here, and Song of Broken Pines. Some of these are signature weapons, some of these aren't. That's kind of okay. But if you... Basically what I'm trying to say, if you don't want Chiori or Ito, and you're like, I don't want these, and you're missing Mondstadt characters, or you want to get Mondstadt characters that you probably won't get again, and like Jean, Diluc, and Mona, because they're also on standard, so there's a chance that you pick them up off of standard. Albedo has not rerun in forever. And then Klee and Eula had reruns, but it's been a while. So if you want to pull on this, you can. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to do Chiori, we're going to throw a 10 pull, and we're going to see what happens. So, with that in mind, let's see. If it's the 5-star... Nope, it's not the 5-star. Okay, cool. I'm hoping for Yunjin. I'm hoping for Goro. Because that's what I want. And then I can save the rest for Kazuha. Or if Kazuha is happening. Debate Club. Also, I'm checking for duplicates. Emerald Orb. Sharpshooter. Harbinger. Dragon's Bane, that is actually up on the weapons banner, which is nice to get. Nice to get, okay. Debate Club. Skyrider. Slingshot. Okay. Just Dragon's Bane. That's it. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually okay with doing both and then just seeing where I'm at when Kazuha hits. I'm probably going to regret it, but it's worth a shot. So, let's see. I mean, I've got enough for 20, so let's just do it. Okay, 4-star. For a minute I'm like, that's the 5-star, what the heck? Black Tassel. Emerald. Another Black Tassel, which is fine. Thrilling. Cool Steel. Dory, that's the one 4-star I didn't want. Okay. Thrilling. There might be a second 4-star in here. Skyrider. Black. Tassel. Nope. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I have a constellation on Dory now. That's fine. Okay. I'm sure I'll figure out some way to use her, just not right now. But with all of that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this shorter stream. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you will be notified the next time I go live. On the YouTube channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe over there so you won't miss a recap. Recaps are up within 1 to 2 days, depending on if I actually remember or not. If you are feeling particularly generous, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the description of the YouTube videos. Any money generated through that link will go back towards the channel in some way. Oh. Additionally, if you want to see more work from me, I am a freelance writer with a passion for D&D homebrew. A link to my portfolio will be in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the description of the YouTube videos. I don't guarantee perfection, just something interesting for your next game. I hope to see you guys on Saturday for a Switch stream. Until then,